everyone, especially to you, ma'am. My name is Merjuis Almudin, and I will be tackling the factors of technology selection. So, these factors are interconnected and should be considered together when selecting the educational technology. So, here's how they relate. First is we have the practicality. It is the availability and cost, which means if you can get it and afford it. So it directly impacts the feasibility. So if a technology is too expensive or unavailable, it's not a practical choice regardless of how it will fit the other criteria. It is the top one we should consider as a future educators that selecting a technology is very important. That we should make sure that it is available and affordable for everyone. So next, we have the second factors, which is the appropriateness in relation to the learners, which means it talks about the learner suitability. So it means that your students can understand and use it. So since it determines the effectiveness. So a perfect, available, affordable technology is useless if student can't understand or use it effectively, right? So it needs to be engaging and appropriate for their age, skill levels, and learning styles. So as a teachers, you have to make sure that your students can understand your lessons and also they can use it according to their age and their level of learning or understanding. Next is we have the third factor, which is the activity suitability, which it means the activity fit, right? So if it fits your lesson plan. So it is very important. So since you have to ensure the alignment with instruction goals, so the technology must support the specific learning activities planned. So a video might be great for introducing a topic, but not the practicing the problem solving skills. So yes, in the problem solving skills, the students should be hands-on. You have to give them the activities that students should be hands-on on handling it, so that the students will train on how to solve the problem, how to find a way in solving that problem, and also it will help them to collaborate with their peers. They will work together as a team. Again, you have to make sure that your chosen activity fits the lesson plan. So next is we have the last factors, which is the objective matching. For this one, it talks about the objective alignment, which is the ultimate test, right? So the technology value is ultimately determined by its contribution to achieving the learning objectives at the end of your lesson. So if the technology doesn't help the students to meet the learning goals, it's the wrong choice. Is that the perfect tool for that specific topic? So even if it's cheap, available, and engaging, if it doesn't help you or it doesn't meet the learning goals, it is useless. In using a technology, we have to make sure that it meets the learning goals that we want to achieve at the end of the topic. So in short, in selecting a technology or in selecting the right educational technology is a balance act. So you need to find a technology that is practical, appropriate, suitable, and effective to your students. And that would be all for the factors in technology selection. Now let's proceed to the next topic. So the next topic would be the role of technology in curriculum delivery. So as we all know or as we observe, technology is rapidly changing on how we teach and learn, right? So there are three big chances or changes that are happening. So first, let's talk about shift from teacher to student-centered. So the shift from teacher-centered to student-centered, teaching is moving away from teachers lecturing to student listening, right? So now, students are more active in their learning, exploring topics, and working independently or in groups. So before, students are used in memorizations, but right now, as the curriculum changed, students are more on focus, or the topics are relates to the real life problems or real life experiences of the students. So before, the teachers are the one who are feeding the information to the students, but right now the role of the the teachers are only facilitators of the learning only. The teachers now are the one who guide the students to learn. But before, students used to isolate themselves when studying. But right now, that students are encouraged to work together with their team, to collaborate with their peers in order for them to share their own ideas. Now, let's proceed to the second one. So for this one, it means for the learning is more than just facts, right? So as just like what I mentioned earlier. So education isn't just about memorizing facts. Also, it's about developing thinking skills, emotion, practical abilities, and deeper understanding. So all of those what I've mentioned is very much important or very much needed as a students in the 21st century. So they are more important, very more important compared to the memorization. So now let's proceed to the third one, which is the more technology in schools, meaning that computers and other technologies are becoming more common. So it is not surprising anymore. So this leading to major change in how we teach. So yes, so as we observed before, teachers teach the traditional way, which is using the textbook, the memorization, like the Manila paper, the writing on the board. But this time, as we are being modernized in technology, as we are being high-tech in using the technology, the works of the teachers are becoming more less stressful than before. So they are just going to use the what do you call that, the ICT tools. For example, is we have the PowerPoint presentation. So for the PowerPoint presentation, just like what we are doing right now, we are just going to shorten the topic or just put the highlights of the lessons on the PowerPoint presentations, and after that we are just going to explain further regarding about this topic. So the works, it makes the learning more engaging and also more creative. And also in using the technology, there is a lot of ICT tools that or website that you can use to make your class more fun and engaging. So that would be all for this one. Now let's proceed for the last two topics. So I have here, or I have provided here, at least two technology main rules in teaching. So first, let's start with improving teaching and learning. So for this one, the technology can make lessons more engaging and effective for students. So just like what I've mentioned earlier, there is a lot of website or tools that you can make or you can use during your class to make your class more fun and engaging to your students. So also, it will prevent your class to be boring. So next is the second one is the supporting student-centered learning. So meaning that technology helps make lessons focus on what students need to learn and how they learn best. So yes, so instead of focusing on the textbook, which is the students have to read the whole textbook in order to understand the topic, even those topic that not very much important, but with the use of technology, it will makes the topic more shortened and also more understandable, or what the students should focus only, that is very applicable or they can use in the future. So in short, technology is making education better by putting students at the center of learning and using technology to help them learn more effectively. So I guess that's it for my report, and thank you for listening.